All right, hello and welcome. My name is Dylan Anderson. This is going to be an AWD 1115 Knowledge Transfer Chapter 12. Um, and this is going to be going over many to many relationships. That's what this whole chapter was pretty much on. And I'm going to be going over how Entity Framework Core handles many to many relationships. So for this project, I worked with students in courses. A student can enroll into many courses, and a course can have many students. So this chapter taught me how Entity Framework Core manages those relationships automatically through navigation. So if we start out in the student.cs here, we go to this constructor. So this initializes the course collection. Every new student object automatically starts with an empty list of courses, so I don't have to create it manually every time I make a student. And then down here, this navigation property. Um, Instead of storing just one course, it stores a list of courses or course objects because one student can enroll into multiple courses. This navigation property is what Entity Framework uses to understand the relationship. So this is very important. So if we move to course.cs here, we look at the pretty much the same constructor layout. It does the exact same thing. It initializes a list of students because one course can have many students enrolled. Um, so if we go down to that navigation property down here, you can see it says students. Um, because both models contain collections that reference each other, Entity Framework Core recognizes this as a many-to-many relationship. Um, I don't have to manually build the relationship in my models beyond defining these navigation properties. Student controller, that's going to be our next one. If I go down to this line right here, um, the first part of the project, this is pretty much where everything clicked for me. Um, so first, the application loads all the course objects that the user selected. Next, instead of manually inserting the records into a junction table, I simply add those course objects into the student course collection using add range. So that's right here. And then finally, when the save change hits, um, Entity Framework automatically creates all of the relationship records in the database. So I never directly create or manage the join table myself. Entity Framework handles that for me, which makes the code much simpler and easier to maintain, I think. So if we jump up to the student sector here, or the index section, um, this is another important concept right here. This right here, this var student includes student course. So normally Entity Framework only loads student information. By calling include, it also loads the related courses. Without include, I wouldn't be able to display each student's enrolled classes on the page. Um, so let's run the website and kind of show the relationship here. I think I'm getting on my time. This might actually be the best timed that we've done so far. Um, so I don't know why I clicked home, but if we navigate to students here, you can see one student has multiple courses. You can see that here, one student, one course, one student, two courses. If I go to courses, we've got one course with the multiple students. So there's our relationship. That's kind of how it's shown. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I'll catch you on the next one.